Well, sometime within the last month or two, I don't remember exactly when, I don't remember the exact date. The Good Client, which is really the book that kicked off my career as an author, crossed over 10,000 ratings and reviews on Amazon, which is just astonishing to me. And, I want to thank everybody out there for your support and for making this possible for me. It's just been quite a wild ride. And even over on Goodreads, it has over 7,000 ratings and reviews over there as well. So just quite astonishing to have hit that number. It feels really good. And I want to thank everybody out there for your support, for helping me do this. So very, very wonderful. So today I thought it would be apropos for us to dive back into The Good Client, and I'm going to share the first chapter from The Good Client here on the podcast. So before I get into that, I'm going to read the book description and then we will share chapter 1. So criminal defense attorney Mitch Turner is awoken in the middle of the night by a message from his nerdy law school employee Timothy Cooper begging Mitch for help. Uncertain about the problem from Timothy's cryptic texts, Mitch Turner slips into his suit and heads over to visit Timothy, unable to imagine any reason why Timothy would be calling for help at such a late hour. Mitch arrives to find the police at Timothy's apartment and learns that Timothy's roommate was murdered. Mitch immediately retrieves Timothy from the police before they can get him to say anything more, and while in the process has a run-in with his ex-girlfriend, who is now a detective. Mitch takes Timothy back to his office to debrief, but not long afterward, the police show up and arrest Timothy for the murder of his roommate. There are no witnesses. There are no other suspects. The police consider it an open and shut case. But the only thing that keeps Mitch from arranging a plea bargain is his belief that his client did not do it. The deeper Mitch digs, the more he learns that his client has secrets that he wants to be kept quiet at any cost, even at the expense of going to jail for something he did not do. Mitch soon learns that he must work at odds with his client to provide the best legal representation possible, going around Timothy as he fights to keep his client out of jail. Can Mitch learn the truth while also serving his client's best interests? If you like legal thrillers, this novel is for you. Mitch Turner is a fast-talking lawyer who takes risks where others might not. Fans of John Grisham, Michael Connelly, and Scott Turow will enjoy this story. Pick up your copy today. So anyhow, that is the description from The Good Client. And now, without any further ado, here is chapter 1.
Dedication. For my parents. 1. May 29, 3:56 a.m. My phone buzzed on my nightstand, rousing me from a dream that put me back in law school with Professor Brown. She and I had routinely gone the rounds in her constitutional law class. That was what I had been doing when I had been awoken by my phone. I was annoyed at the disturbance because I had been winning the argument. As the dream faded, I could not even remember what we had been arguing about. As I regarded my cell phone through bleary eyes, I considered just going back to bed, but I left it on at night because I frequently got calls or text messages from clients when they were in trouble. That's why they pay me the big bucks, I thought with a wry snort. A criminal defense lawyer has to take his clients where and when he can. I read the text message. Mitch, I need you. Can you come over? Brittany? I was wide awake. Before I saw this number was not saved into my phone. I rubbed my eyes to push away the sleep and then stared at my phone screen trying to understand what was going on. Who was sending this message? I only gave my cell number out to friends, family, and current clients. Anybody who would contact me should be saved into my phone contacts. Am I willing to start taking new clients in the middle of the night without the answering service as a filter? I narrowed my eyes. Especially those who invade my privacy? I had a toll-free hotline for new clients, but employed an answering service to take the calls after hours. They never sent me text messages or called me by my first name, so this was not from them. I set my phone down and decided this was something that could wait until morning. If they wised up and called my hotline, I would help them when the answering service gave me a ring. But this was an invasion of privacy I was not going to tolerate. My phone buzzed again just after I closed my eyes. "This is an emergency. I need your help. Please." I sat up in bed and stared at the message for several long moments, trying to decide what to do. I am already awake, I thought as I stood and walked to the window of my bedroom to open the blinds so I could look out. The clock on the wall told me it was almost 4 in the morning. The person on the other end was distressed and had the audacity to address me by my first name, yet they were not programmed into my phone. A former client with a new number? After hesitating a minute longer, I typed in a message. "Who is this?" The reply came back a moment later. "Timothy Cooper." I stared at the message, wondering why my nerdy law clerk was sending me emergency messages in the middle of the night. He reportedly went to bed early and woke up early, and spent all his free time studying. What is he doing up at this hour? What's going on? A reply came back almost as soon as I sent the message. "I cannot get into it now. Please just come." He included his address. Cooper was a smart fellow. He should have guessed I would not have his number saved in my phone. I would have been far more responsive if he had identified himself in his original message. He seems rattled. Is this a legal or personal matter? I expected the reply to come back immediately, but it was several minutes before my phone dinged again, and by that time I had already splashed water on my face and gone to the bathroom. Both. I had pulled on some jeans and was about to pull on a t-shirt when the thought occurred to me that I should put on a business suit. It was a mark of how tired I was that it only took me now to think of it. What has Timothy Cooper gotten himself into? I wanted to be my best if the police were on hand when I arrived. I had spent the better part of a decade crafting my image, so it was best to act as if this were a life-and-death situation, though I could not imagine in my wildest dreams what Timothy Cooper had done. 5 minutes later, I headed down to my Porsche. I backed it up in neutral from my garage without starting the engine, so I didn't disturb my neighbors before heading out.
The text of this production is copyrighted by Daniel A. Decker. The production is also copyrighted by Daniel A. Decker. All rights reserved.